Hello and welcome to the Healthy Over 50 podcast. I am Liliane Roux, health coach, personal trainer, functional breathing instructor, and founder of Healthy Over 50. Today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, healthy aging. Not anti-aging, not reversing aging, healthy aging. Because getting old is a privilege. The goal isn't to look 25 forever. The goal is to remain, to keep that good energy, to remain strong, mentally sharp, independent, and able to enjoy life for as long as possible. Now, let me be very transparent. I do care about healthy aging for probably vain reasons, because everybody wants to look good. But not only that, for me, there is a deeper aspect, which is definitely around the fact that I am 48. I don't have any kids. Not planning any kids this year. Yeah, this is my kind of humor. But so as somebody who doesn't have children, I sometimes think, well, when I'll be old, when I'll be 80, there won't be anybody looking after me. And I saw when my dad was sick, even though I live far, far away, I just took a plane and went back home. And home is Africa, Central Africa, Gabon. Went back and just stayed there for up to 5 months to look after my dad, because he needed help, and I'm so glad I was able to do that, even though I don't live there anymore. So having kids, you always, they'll be there for you. So I'm always thinking, well, anyway, I'm just being super transparent here. This is something in my head all the time, and that gives me motivation. This is probably from the trauma of seeing my dad getting old and being very sick, So anyway, let's get on with the episode, right? But the truth is that aging begins much earlier than most people think. The habits we develop in our 40s, 50s often have a major impact, on how we feel in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. So, but there is positive, The encouraging news is that many of the factors that influence aging are within our control. Now, let's talk about the biology of aging, Inside every cell of your body are chromosomes that carry your genetic information. At the end of those chromosomes are protective structures called telomeres. You can think of telomeres as the plastic tips at the ends of shoelaces. So they help protect our DNA as cells divide and replicate. So as we age, these protective caps naturally shorten. However, research suggests that certain lifestyle habits may accelerate this process, while healthier habits may help slow it down. So this means that while aging is natural, how quickly our cells age may be influenced by our daily choices. But remember, the beauty is that your body is rebuilding itself every day. And to me, this is one of the most remarkable things about the human body. And it's that it's constantly renewing itself. I mean, just the idea behind it is so positive. New cells are being produced every day. The quality of those cells depends largely on the environment we provide through nutrition, movement, sleep, stress management, and lifestyle. So, think of food as information. Every meal sends messages to your body. Some foods support repair, recovery, and vitality. Others promote inflammations, oxidative stress, and dysfunction. The body can only build healthy cells from healthy raw materials. Just think about a house, if you put crap material, you know what I mean? You can visualize it. Now, I know it's confusing because there's so much information out there, and how do you get started? So I believe that when we know better, we always do better. So, and information doesn't have to be complicated. So let's simplify things, because if it's simple enough, we can start making the change we want to make, right? So let me give you like 5 foundations of healthy aging, like really simple stuff that we can all do. So when we look at populations that age well, several themes consistently emerge. And the first thing is really to eat nutrient-dense food. Food is one of the most powerful tools we have to influence long-term health. Focus on foods that are rich in vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, fiber, and protective plant compounds. So, examples like leafy greens, broccoli, berries, nuts and seeds, avocados, oily fish, sweet potatoes, oats. These foods provide nutrients that support healthy skin, brain function, cardiovascular health, immunity, and cellular repair. This is one of my favorites. The second tip is to eat more color. So the one simple strategy is to eat the rainbow. And that's really so funny because recently I did a health talk. So I'm based in Dublin, in Ireland, and I live in a neighborhood on the north side of Dublin. And so I just went to a community center that is next to a lovely church. It's only like 7 minutes driving from where I live. And I was speaking to a group of like close to 50 ladies between like 70, 80, and even up to 90 years old. And I wanted my message not only to be heard, but to be remembered and understood. And sometimes my strategy when it comes to sharing ideas and trying to make them, simple, but I want people to remember them. So I always think if people remember, if you make them feel or you surprise them, you got their attention, and you make them feel a certain way, then they're more likely to remember it. So I use a trick, and I was a bit bold. I just told them, hey, when it comes to nutrition, let's not be racist. Let's embrace all the colors. So imagine I'm speaking to ladies that are 80 years of age. So they've lived through different times. And I create this analogy, about color. To me, that made a lot of sense. That was a bit bold. So when I shared that analogy, there was a small silence, and then everybody just laughed. It was funny. But anyway, so you'll remember it. We're just open to all the colors when it comes to nutrition, because that's for our own benefit, right? So the colors in fruits and vegetables are created by natural compounds called phytonutrients, And these compounds help protect the body from damage and support overall health. So, for instance, blue and purple foods such as blueberries contain compounds that support circulation and brain health. Green vegetables support detoxification and provide important nutrients. Orange vegetables such as carrots and sweet potatoes support vision and immunity. Red foods contain compounds that help support healthy inflammatory response. White foods such as garlic and onions contain compounds that support cardiovascular health. Every color brings something unique. The more colors on your plate, the broader the range of protective compounds you consume. Now, the third, out of the five foundation of healthy aging, the third would be antioxidants. They matter. Every day, your bodies are exposed to internal and external stressors. Like these create unstable molecules called free radicals that can damage cells over time. So antioxidants help neutralize this damage. So many antioxidant-rich foods are found naturally in berries, green tea, matcha, herbs, colorful vegetables, and turmeric. As much as you can, try to go for organic options. Now, this food may help support healthy aging by protecting cells and reducing oxidative stress. One particularly interesting nutrient is coenzyme Q10, often called CoQ10. CoQ10 plays a role in energy production within our cells and naturally declines with age. And it is found in foods such as oily fish, eggs, nuts, seeds, broccoli, and avocado. Now, fourth, which is super critical, is hydration. Now, I have spoken and I've coached a few people. When I asked them, how much water do you drink? They told me, well, I don't drink water, I drink tea. No, tea is not water. You need water. And this is, as I'm telling you, this is the simplest but still the most overlooked health habits. And people don't drink enough water. Every system in the body relies on adequate hydration. And hydration supports energy levels, yes, and most people are not aware of that. Digestion, circulation, detoxification, and yes, even cognitive performance. So many people experience fatigue and brain fog when they are simply underhydrated. So hydrate. I mean, I think somebody that doesn't exercise, just like on a normal day, we should all try to drink close to 2 liters every day. I mean, close, not 2 liters necessarily, but that should be kind of your goal. And of course, if on top of that you're training hard, you need even more hydration. So last but not least, our fifth component is obviously, and that is the ultimate longevity tool, movement. If I could recommend only one intervention for healthy aging, it would be movement. Regular physical activity supports muscle mass, bone density, metabolic health, balance, mobility, even mental health, and last but not least, independence. And as I was telling you, I opened a bit about myself and my personal fears, about aging since I don't have kids. Independence is, to me, a massive motivator for me. So movement also supports healthy circulation and helps the body use nutrients more effectively, And do you guys know that some of your joints, are being properly nourished only when you move? And that's through a specific process in your body that those nutrients are getting nourishment only when you move. So when you don't move, those joints can start become, that they can restrict your mobility. So critical stuff there. Movement is medicine, definitely. So whatever it is, it can be walking, it can be strength training, it can be swimming, dancing, cycling, or even gardening. What really matters is consistency, It's not about perfection. Consistency, Just move your body. Try to move every day, and that could be walking. But anyway, I'll have another episode on exercise and type of movements, because it is something I'm super passionate about. Now, and that's something else. I see a lot of people, some of the people that I'm coaching, some of them are struggling with chronic stress. And this is like stress, is one of the strongest accelerators of aging, stress. And today, in those days that we live in, Jesus, stress is crazy. So chronic stress affects your sleep quality, your digestion, your hormones, your blood sugar regulation, your immune function, even your inflammation. Over time, excessive stress can impact nearly every system in the body. And this is why practices that calm the nervous system become increasingly important as we age. And you've heard that before, but I need to say it. Breathing exercises, meditation, time in nature, meaningful conversations, prayer, laughter. And these are not luxuries. These are investments in long-term health. Like I do something that I talk sometimes. I just call that walk and talk. So I just either go with my partner or my best friend, and we just go for walks. If we can, in real nature. If we can't, we just find a lovely park and we just walk and we talk. And to me, it's kind of bringing, meaningful conversations, laughter, and time in nature all together. And sometimes even prayer, because with my best friend, we have a stretch where we walk, and this is where we talk about the things we want. The things we want to manifest, and some of them we both have manifested, and we always say like those walks, sometimes we call them prayers, and sometimes you can pray with your feet. So it's all about investing in our long-term health. Obviously, sleep is important too. While we sleep, the body performs essential repair. So recovery occurs, hormones are regulated, the brain clears waste products, the immune system strengthens. Poor sleep accelerates many of the processes associated with aging. Protecting your sleep may be one of the most important health decisions you can make. So, and I'll discuss it further in a soon to come episode about the circadian rhythm, but sleep is critical. Sleep is so critical, and obviously we know that it impacts your hormones. So then if your hormones are impacted, you have the hunger hormone, and then you gotta probably eat a bit of crap the next day, so that messes up your nutrition. So at the end of the day, everything is connected, and this is why I believe in a holistic approach to health. Exercise without nutrition, doesn't bring the kind of results it could. Nutrition without exercise, like you need everything. So this is why we're here. This is why we have that holistic approach. But as well, one of the most fascinating lessons from longevity research is that health is not only physical. People who age will tend to remain connected. They have purpose, they contribute, they maintain meaningful relationships. Aging, healthy aging is not simply about living longer. It's about continuing to find meaning, joy, connection, and fulfillment throughout life. So, healthy aging is not achieved through a single supplement, a detox, or like a miracle solution. It's the result of thousands of small decisions repeated over time. Choosing foods that will nourish you, eat more colors, stay active, protect your sleep, manage stress, stay connected, keep learning, keep growing. Because healthy aging is not about adding years to your life. It's about creating more life in the years you already have. My name is Liliane, but you can call me Lily. Thank you for listening to Healthy Over 50 podcast. Until next time, remember, your health, your control. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share it with someone who could benefit from it.